Hi everyone, my name is Saurabh Pant and I hope you are doing very fine at your home. So yes, NEET 2020 is over and those who have written the examination of 2020 and are not expecting very good marks in the upcoming final key or maybe in the upcoming result, you might already have decided about taking the drop or not this year. In case you have not yet decided, you are still in a dilemma. I've already made one video to give you a little clarity about should you at your position take a drop or not. You can see that video and come back here. Now, this video specifically are those people who are going to 100% write the NEET examination in the next year, that is 2021. So this video is for the senior inter candidates, class 12th candidates who are going to write in BPC, who are going to write the NEET examination next year, and the new repeater batch who have decided ki yes sir, now this time we are going to rock the NEET 2021 paper. Just direct us what exactly have to be done. So yes, this is a directional video. It is not a strategy video right now. Why? Sir, when are you going to make the strategy video? This kind of doubts I'm getting a lot. Dekho yaar, let the syllabus come. NTA has said that we are going to reduce the syllabus and it is still under consideration, but they have not given the syllabus yet. So until I get the syllabus on my hand, I can't tell you the strategy. It will be a very useless videos and I don't want to make that unnecessarily. So let the syllabus come. I'll be making the strategy video also very specifically as well. Now, for the NEET 2021, what are the things that you should know who are writing the NEET examination for the first time specifically? Dekho yaar, understand NEET first. Understand the exam that you are writing first. Your exam knowledge should be better than the subject knowledge. Then the hard work is not necessary, smart work will work. So, NEET examination, in that around 16 lakh candidates will be writing the examination and there are just 78 to 80,000 seats for MBBS. So yes, it's a rejection based examination. Most of the candidate, more than 90% of the candidate who are going to write this examination are going to get rejected. So the first question that should come in your head is that, sir, why the students get rejected? Why do they get rejected? So here, firstly, people think, sir, maybe the people who are intelligent, they only get selected. You'll be, I don't know, surprised or not to know, but NEET exam and intelligence, they are not proportional to each other. In fact, I've seen many intelligent students getting not even marks equal to their percentage in the class 12th board. That means around 96-97% they are getting in the class 12th board, but in the actual NEET examination, the marks are 96-97. That kind of insincerity also have seen from the very good students as well, mentally very strong students as well. So intelligence has nothing to do with the NEET examination. Yes, intelligence can be very important for maybe you, if you are preparing for Olympiads, if you are preparing for KVPY, if you are preparing for IIT JEE Advanced. In that case, intelligence plays a very important role for your selection, not in the NEET examination. Not at all. Should I say around 5% maximum? If your selection is, let's say 100 points are there for the selection criteria, maximum 5 I can give for the intelligence. And in fact, you don't have to be the most intelligent student in the country to get AIR 1 in the NEET examination. Even the top 10 candidates, if you compare, there are many candidates who have not come at any place in the top 10 of NEET examination, but are still studying in the AIIMS Delhi for the MBBS. So you can understand intelligence has nothing to do with the NEET examination. That is exactly the scenario of the NEET exam. So understand that first. So take this out of your head. Sir, I'm the smartest student in my batch. You might be the smartest, but you might not get selected this year if you're not following the proper procedure for the selection. So up to class 10th, people are very confident. Up to class 12th also they are very confident. Why? They read one night before or 1 week before and then they qualify the NEET, they qualify the local examinations and then they feel very good. Yes, I am the king of this small class. You are competing at the national level or at least at the state level. You stand nowhere if your preparation is not in the right direction. So keep that in mind. It is very, very important to understand smartness can help you. Smartness cannot make you clear that line. And especially if you think, sir, I'm not as smart, I'm a little slow learner, then be consistent and you'll be able to defeat those people who think they are smart. So keep that in mind. Intelligence, nothing to do in the NEET examination. Intelligence has nothing to do in this NEET exam. And if anyone has a different opinion, I can have a complete argument with that also along with the paper opened of 2019 to decide 2020 paper. I can challenge them. More than 600 marks, any student who is preparing properly with zero intelligence also can get. I have taught all the kinds of students from the first to the last ranker. It's never about intelligence. Keep that in mind. Next, what's the main thing? The main thing is daily motivation here. Here intelligence comes into play a little bit. How? They go, how do you get a daily motivation? Sir, I want to be a doctor. Why do you want to be a doctor? Just because I've taken biology and doctor field, like it's a glamorous field. Glamorous means not Bollywood kind of, Tollywood kind of glamorous. Glamorous means society respects doctors a lot. That is one of the reasons that people want to be a doctor. Plus, obviously, monetary benefits are there. Truth is that if you are going behind a field because of a long-term reward, it becomes very tough to keep yourself motivated every day. You can't just read, you can't just wake up every morning and start reading thinking that one day I will become a doctor. It's very tough. It's not practical. You need daily motivations. Daily motivations come from biology, physics and chemistry. If you like your subject, if you're liking your subject, then you will read them more, and that is your actual daily motivation. So in case you feel, sir, I'm not getting desired result, the reason is very simple. You do not like your subject much. As a result, even though you want to become a doctor because you like the feeling of being a doctor, you're not working in that direction at all. Now obviously doubt will come, sir, how can I generate the interest in the subject? I don't like it. So maybe I've taken the wrong field. Here also one problem is there. Nowadays, this one word passion has become too much overhyped. Ki, sir, I don't know where my passion is lying. I don't want to do this, etc., etc. Bro, you are 15 years old. You have no idea about the things available for you to test. So you are right now in a phase where you should be trying everything out, and then you will be able to decide where you want to pursue your career in. You have no idea. For example, if I ask you right now what do you want to become, some people will say scientist, some people will say astronaut. And this, I ask them every time, how do you become astronaut? They have no idea. What exams you have to clear to become a scientist? How many types of scientists are there? What is scientist grade A, grade B? No idea at all. And if it is your passion to become something like this, and you have no pathway to become that, you have no idea about the pathway to go up to there, it's not your passion. You just like these words. Astrophysics. What do you want to do? You know what you have to do for the astrophysics, how do you have to start with that? So keep this thing in mind. You have not read anything about astrophysics. You have not read anything about being an astronaut yet. You are reading biology, physics and chemistry. It is making your base strong so that later on you can go into your respective field. So whether or not you want to clear the NEET examination, you have to be very strong in the biology, physics and chemistry stream if you want to become anything related to physics, chemistry or bio. So that is the main first point. So develop your interest. Sir, how can I develop my interest? How can I force my interest into something which I don't like yet? Dekho, it's like going to gym. Like I'm getting a little out of shape right now, but when I used to exercise, I remember for first 6-7 days, it's very tough because you're not in a habit of doing it. But after I remember around 10 days, when someone says, ki, yaar, you have lost some weight, I feel motivated. Haan, yaar, my results are coming finally. And when you get the result, that act like a daily motivator. So bhaiya, you have to force yourself at least for 14 days, at least for 14 days, a fortnight, 2 weeks, at least. Forcing yourself so much that you read the best in the country. Don't read better than you. Read the best in the country. Read for as many hours as possible. Prepare for each examination, each chapter like this is the NEET examination for 2 weeks. What will happen? 1, you will get the idea about the concept, and that feeling of understanding acts like a small motivator for reading the next topic. If I understand a topic, I'll read the next topic with more enthusiasm. That is one thing. Second, you will get the result. And once you get the result, that is the best motivator. So keep that in mind. Daily motivation, it is missing. And your problem with the missing motivation is that people don't understand they have to force themselves for the 14 days consistently, which brings me to the third point. People do hard work. They cry a lot, especially in this year. I've seen a lot of people working very hard in the last 10 days. But his battle is over and now you are working hard. The winners are already decided and now you are working hard. What will happen? You will feel disappointed. Why? Because in your world, you think you have worked very, very hard. But the reality is that others have worked harder than you, and it's a competitive examination. You are already in that 90% now. You are already rejected. It's a work in vain. So working hard is not the criteria that is going to decide the selection. Hard work in packets you are doing, it's of no use. Okay, bhaiya? What does it mean? Some people, for example, 7 days are there in a week. Example, there are 7 days in a week and there is an exam on the 7th day. People take first Monday lightly. Yesterday only I've written one examination. Monday relax, Tuesday relax, Wednesday they little bit wake up. Thursday they are like, now I will start studying. Friday and Saturday they read and they get marks okay, like 550, 560 marks they get. Maybe they test 600 also sometimes, and then they feel very happy. Oh my God, I'm the topper of my batch. Akal wakal nahi hai kya yaar? If you are getting 600 marks or 550 marks by reading for 2 days, 3 days, what miracle can you do in 6 days? You have no idea. Kya? And then when you will get the result, you are like, sir, I could have done better. Yeah, you could have done better, not in the exam. You could have done better in the preparation time. So keep that in mind. The point is, when you're not taking your daily assignments, daily classes sincerely, if you're working hard in the packets, that means for 7 days, you're not distributing the work. You are working for the last 2 days. Even though you work, amount of work is equal to this. Still, because of the lack of equipartition of the energy, your concentration will not be proper. Your absorption capacity will not be proper. Absorption of the concept takes time. So if you're not reading regularly, consistently, marks will not improve. So keep that in mind. Point number 3, non-consistent performers, even though they read as many pages, as many assignments they have completed, all the material they have completed in the last 3, 4, 5 months, their result will never be sufficient to become even getting selected also. Should I repeat, or I think you got it? You can rewind and check what I just now said. It's a very big point. If you are completing, so I completed whole my material, sir, I completed whole my notes, sir. You can ask from anywhere, sir. If you did that in the last 5 months, don't even expect that you will become better than those candidates who have done the same thing, exact same thing in the duration of 1 year. Because the brain would have stored the packets of information in a very nice, meticulous manner. So it will be recalled very easily during the exam. Think in this way, your brain is like a bookshelf. If I ask you to clean your house and I give you 6 hours, and then you wait for 5 hours and suddenly your mother is coming home and now you realize, my mother said to us to clean the house, what you will do? You will gather a few things and quickly put them in the almirah. Yes, the house will look clean from outside, but inside the brain, it's all garbage. If I ask you to search something from the almirah now, it will be very tough for you to search because it is randomly hidden. And in 3 hours, the most important 3 hours of your life, when you'll be searching for an information that is there in the head somewhere, because yes, you will be remembering it, but will you be able to recall that in those 3 hours? Depends upon how much time you have distributed your work in. So understand, amount of hard work does not matter. Distribution of the hard work matter. Non-consistent performers in the study hours, in the preparation time will never clear the NEET examination. So keep that in mind. Next, I think these points are clear. So this will help you to understand what you are doing exactly wrong. Someone asked in the message, in the YouTube only, sir, how to get marks in the weekend test. That's how. That's it. As simple as that. There is nothing more. There is nothing hidden secret is not there that someone is hiding. I will tell only to my students. No. It's open to all. Just people don't follow it. I'm just telling the same thing in a loud voice, in a convincing manner, convincing manner, so that you are able to get the idea more clearly, you are able to feel connected. But again, the fact is same. This is what exactly you know. I'm just making it more believable. So keep that in mind, that why the students get lower rank than their levels. There are some people who will not get rejected, but they will get selected, but not by the kind of marks that they should have got. One reason could be a non-consistent effort. If you are very smart and you are working but not consistently, you might get selection, but not as good. So what happens here? I'm talking about rank boosters, like those people who are at around 600 plus marks, but they have the capacity for becoming AIR 1 also, but they even don't know that. Even they don't know what exactly would be missing in their efforts. I will tell you. You might be seeing a lot of people, they work very hard, but their marks are not coming as good. They maintain their position, but not as much as they are working hard. So point number 1, not knowing the syllabus and the exam pattern. When you don't know the exam pattern of the kind of exam you are preparing for, whatever you work, or syllabus you don't know, whatever you work for, that amount of time and amount of energy will get wasted. Some amount of energy will get wasted. So you have to be very specific because time is limited. Course is enormous. Enormous course comes in the NEET examination. JEE exam is a different scenario here. In JEE exam, you focus in depth into a few topics, you will still clear the examination, because what you have to get around 50% marks to get a old IIT, 50-60% marks you will get a decent rank. In NEET exam, even sometimes 90% marks cannot guarantee a very decent college as well. Like very decent means the top 10 colleges might come at around 85 to 90% of marks. So there, the volume that you read, the number of chapters that you have covered, that is more important. In-depth knowledge is not that much important. That is the exam pattern for the NEET. So in-depth knowledge is not that much important, but coverage of the full syllabus is more important if you are going specifically. Some people come with the notebook, with the books. Nowadays, so lockdown is there. Otherwise, just before NEET, what happens? Every year, ki sir, index they open the index of NCERT. Sir, please take the important chapter. Pagal ho, kya whole year, if I knew the important chapter from where exactly the question will come, then why will I teach the whole chapters to you? Why will I waste my time and your time? But they still will come. And I still take and let them go. Why? Because if you're coming in the last 10 days with a hope, I cannot shatter your hope. You are still kids. But be sensible. Don't do this next year. You are 2021 aspirants. I'm telling you the mistakes of your seniors, or maybe the mistakes of some of the new long-term people also. There is nothing important. Yes, you might you can say, like for example, I made one strategy video also, a big mega micro planning I made, there also I told you all the chapters you have to do. I can specify from where the questions have more chances to come. It clicked there, and there I can proudly say around, I think out of 45, 42 questions clicked, I think, or 43, 42 or 43 questions clicked. I remember 43, but for the safety purpose I'm taking 42. 42 questions directly clicked. In fact, some of the questions directly came from their mega micro planning. But why? Because that planning was of nearly 2 hours. Yeah. I invested so much time on that while explaining also each and every chapter, each and every topic I covered. So that is why it is important for you to know the curriculum of your exam, which topics are important for the examination. So exam pattern knowledge is very important. How to get it? Solve the last 8 years paper. You will be able to understand which kind of questions are actually asked and which topics you should not be touching unnecessarily. And make sure that NCERT is your Bible. Make sure each and every line of NCERT should be mugged up. Mugged up, bilkul brutally mugged. Read it 10,000, 5,000 times. Mug it up. Next, not knowing the syllabus. There is a syllabus prescribed by the MCI, but now that syllabus will change for the next year. So when that syllabus will come, know that syllabus as well when you are preparing for the examination, and focus upon those topics specifically only which are given in the syllabus. If something is not mentioned in the syllabus, I'll tell you one example. Arrhenius equation is there. From there, very clearly written, elementary idea, theory idea, but not the numerical of the Arrhenius equations will be coming. There is one numerical of Arrhenius equation in the NCERT in text question. I also teach that, but then I tell my kids as well, my kids means my students as well, that this I am teaching you because it is there in the NCERT just for the backup, but I tell them that in the syllabus, Arrhenius equation is only elementary idea without any numerical problems. So you have to keep this kind of minimum informations in mind. Next. Dekho bhai, some people they have this doubt connected to here, point number 2. Sir, I find a specific topic or a subject or the whole science stream difficult. What to do? Dekho bhai, you haven't read it enough. I'll give you one example. I very clearly remember this, and very recently I discovered that this was the exact reason that I was facing that problem as a kid. When I was in class 12th, I had computer science as optional. So there was a coding. C++ was there. I was from CBSE, so C++ was there. You won't believe it. For the first 1 month, I had no idea. Zero. What is happening? I was not able to understand. Everyone was, my one very good friend is there, and he was working very, very meticulously in the coding, and I was not able to understand how fast is he doing. Like his hand was not stopping and my hand was not moving. So what happened? Suddenly one night, I remember this thing, and I tell this to my friends as well. Many times I say this thing, and I told this to my sister as well, that this is how your coding will maybe improved. And now I realized what the reason was. One night I slept, next morning I woke up, I went to the class, school, and my teacher, she gave me one question to solve. And suddenly I realized I was the first one to solve it. And what happened that day was, I thought maybe it was an overnight success. Suddenly it happened, suddenly I understood the concept. The truth was I did not understand the concept suddenly. I did not remember the syntax. Those who know the coding language, they will understand there is something known as syntax in the codes. So the language that we speak and the language that computer understand is not same. So you have to convert your language into the computer language, computer understandable language. So I was thinking that maybe my logics are not strong, but the logics were there in the head. What I was not able to do was I was not able to convert English into C++. So the day I was completely reading it, I was reading it every day. Why? Because I was worried about that subject. That mattered to me. Those 100 marks in the board examination, that mattered. So what happened when I was reading it every day, a point came when I was able to recall all the syntax. And as soon as I recalled all the syntax, it was very easy for me to just convert whatever was going on in my head into some other language. So you have to understand, you have not read a topic enough. So it might feel that you are weak in that topic. You are not actually weak. You are just not prepared yet to deliver that understanding in the form of marks. So what to do? Dekho, reading enough means there are some chapters you will read for one time and you will understand. There are some other chapters for you specifically might happen that you will have to read for 50, 60 times also to get the same understanding. And it's possible that the same chapter someone else will read, they will take lesser time, depending upon their history of class 6, 7th, 8th, 9th. History subject meaning history of academics, like which topics they read more, which teachers taught them, in which way they taught them. All these things also matter. So keep this in mind. When you are reading a topic and you find them difficult or subject you find it difficult, keep on reading it. Never quit on that. And a day will come, suddenly you will wake up the next morning and the answers will start coming. You will see that thing also happening, but be consistent in that. Next, important question. Sir, I have more than 6 months, around 7, 8 months. What can I do to crack the NEET examination? Dekho bhai, what everyone will do will be same thing what you will do as well. You all know the strategy. But if you are doing something randomly, think about a vector. Without a direction, resultant will come 0, possibly. So the thing is, I'll tell you the flow chart, exactly what you have to follow. And if you are following that flow chart every day, you might enter very easily into the top 100 club also. You don't have to worry about the marks anymore. So keep this thing clear. For any exam, this is what you have to do. Number one, attend your class sincerely and make notes. Now this is a big problem during the online class. In the offline class, your teacher can control. There the teacher roles comes very, very important role is there of the teacher. But in the online class, you are at your home, you are lying on the bed, your class is at 7 o'clock, let us say you are waking up at 7 o'clock. How stupid is that? And then you are expecting, sir, my marks are not coming. Why will your marks come? Remaining people are just here for the time pass. The remaining people, the 16 lakh aspirants are sitting, you're not even able to wake up in time for your class, then what are you expecting from your life? Just quit. If you can't wake up at 7 o'clock for the dream college of yours, and that too just for one more year, and that too just for not even 1 year, nearly half the year, then what good are you? So don't either bring your expectation down or raise your standards. So keep that in mind. If you are attending a class, attend properly. Wake up in time, take bath and attend the class, make the notes of the class, don't deviate as much as possible. Yes, if the class duration is long, it's possible to get deviated for 5-10 minutes, but immediately you can message the faculty, sir, I got deviated a little bit, or my net connection was poor, can you please repeat that thing, or something like that. Or maybe you can ask for the notes from your friend and you can read that specific part again. You don't get it asked from your faculty, but make sure attending the lecture is extremely important, and properly, not just opening the online lecture at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock, whatever the time your class starts. After attending the lectures, within the same day, revise the notes on the same day. It's very important. If you are reading today and revising tomorrow, then some of the information from your brain will be washed off completely, permanently. You will not be able to get it back. That is a perfectly lost cause. So make sure you have to revise the notes on the exact same day. Make it a habit before going to sleep. Make sure, at least before going to sleep. Preferably immediately after the class. If not possible, after lunch if your class is in the morning schedule. So make that thing always in your habit. After revising the notes, then only attempt the previous year questions of NEET and JEE Main or the given assignment by the faculty or the institute. So complete the assignment only after revising the notes of that day. Don't do those things simultaneously. Sir, I have lesser time. Should I do the assignment directly? Or I understood the class very well. Does not matter. If you're not revising the notes immediately, you will lose something permanently. Keep that thing in mind. So revise the notes immediately after the class and only then attempt the assignment. Then, very important. This is the main difference. If you can follow this, difference will be created here. Repeat step number 2 and 3 at the end of the week. At the end of the week, for example, I'm hoping that at the end of every week you have a test. In case not, then you can do the same thing on Sundays as well. End of the week, that is on Saturday, let us say, you have to revise all the notes again. Completely, it will take lesser time because the whole week you have revised already. Attempt the same questions again. What people do, they try to do more number of questions. Nahi yaar. Make sure whatever the questions you have done once, after that also one more time you have to revisit them. That is very important. You might think already one thing is covered. Nah, it's not a job. It's like cleaning. You clean your house today, then after that you will not clean it by the end of the week. Are you getting it? Or going to the gym. If you pick up a dumbbell once, sir, I picked up dumbbell once, I will not pick up in for the rest of my life. How stupid is that? If you did something, if you practiced something, you have to do it one more time. Same exact thing you have to do one more time so your brain can remember it. So make sure, repeat step number 2. Obviously you will do that. And 3 also, the questions that you have attempted in that week, that also you have to repeat on the same week itself. Okay, bhai? Next. Very important, especially for this year NEET examination, especially for 2021. And this is very special for NEET, for this new long term and the repeater batch. Make your personal short notes. Apart from this class notes, make your personal short notes, but only at the end of the chapter. Once your chapter is over, and how over? Attending the class, revising the notes, attempting the assignment or the papers given to you by the faculties or the institutes, then again revising the notes and again attempting the same assignment over again, then take a notebook and make short notes. So it will take time. It will take time, and you have time. Become very strong in these subjects. So what you have to do, make your personal notes. Why? At the end of the chapter, after completing step number 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't do before that. Some people, they read the NCERT and they simultaneously make the notes. It's of no use for you. Why? Because short notes will be short only when you have properly processed the information, and then you will compile and write in the shortest possible manner in what you have understood, in the language you have understood. So first time when you are reading, at that time short notes are of not much use. Underlining is okay, kar lo. the book will become very dirty, but short notes should be taken out separately at the end of the chapter. Why? This is for your final revision. For your final revision, all the formulas and all those things that you think will be required from that chapter should be there in a separate notebook, and this will make sure that your final revision part, the last 2 months, 3 months will be going very comfortably. So yes, this is all about it for the NEET 2021 aspirants. I think I've cleared most of the things, but again, plans are as good as the executor. If you're executing it well, plan will be good. Otherwise, kya hi hai? This is just the black and on the whiteboard. Every day you say the same thing. So that's all from my side. All the very best. When the syllabus will come, I will come back to you with the strategy also. But right now, make a good habit of learning. And this thing might help you to get a clear idea what you might be doing wrong all this while. If you are doing it correct already, all the very best. Future is very bright. Thank you so much.